Oh,
And we're live.
okay, that was easy. Hey,
Good morning.
y'all. Hey. So, for those people who haven't been here before, this is our accountability call. This is accountability call number 3, and 1 and 2 were just me and Eve, but we have brought in the third piece. Okay, we have made it a trinity, and we have one of my really good friends, Zenitra, joining us today. The basis of this call is, we are all Black women who are going after our dreams. We are all business owners, right? And Z and I are also mothers of multiple children. Okay. And so we are juggling a lot of things. We have a lot of things that we want to achieve. And I know from my experience that the best way to achieve these things is to have accountability, right? To have a circle of people who are also going after the things and will hold you accountable and build you up. So I have brought in my folk. Okay. My folks. How are you ladies doing today on this good Monday?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm happy that it's the start of a new week. Very happy that it is the last week of the summer before the kids go back to school.
Yes, honey.
Because that will give me a break, even though it'll bring a different set of challenges. But feeling good, feeling good. The weekend was good and had some wins last week. So I'm excited to share those.
Fabulous. What about you?
Yeah. It's the third week of the birth month. I think over the weekend I finally got to start celebrating my birth month some more. So that felt good. Some crazy things also happened. So I think I handled myself as best as I could. Even when the foolishness comes, even when you set an intention to like have a week or the next couple of your days go a certain way, like even when things kind of shift, I think I handled myself well. So I'm very excited to like reset and refocus with y'all during this accountability call for sure. So I'm like just leveled right now, and I think I like the levelness after such a up and down week.
I feel you. So I'm gonna go over the goals we set last week, Eve, so we can see what they were. So I put get 50 to 100K in funding. I put it's my niece. Batch 5 videos, book Bali, and plan some childcare. Find some collaboration opportunities at a conference and go to bed before 11 p.m. every day and plan my kid's birthday party or execute my kid's birthday party, right? And so last week, the things that I did accomplish was I did batch my videos. Y'all will see those rolling out on YouTube here soon. Honey, I did book Bali, honey.
Yes.
I did Bali, honey. Bali is booked, honey. I'm so excited about having Bali booked. And if you're following along on my channel, you know we've been trying to get this Bali thing booked for a while. I did meet a lot of people at the conference and the speaking engagement that I had yesterday. So many people I need to follow with. That's the thing about when you meet people and you know you can collaborate. Then you got to actually follow up, come up with the plan, figure it out, just get it on the calendar. Ugh. But yes, that's coming. I did not go to bed, let me tell you. I did not go to bed. But that birthday party was popping. I'm gonna tell you, they had a blast. The kids had a blast. We had Dora the Explorer theme. They did a little adventure. They got their stickers, honey. They danced to Gracie's Corner birthday song. Like, it was amazing. Okay, they had a blast. Toe it up. All the kids had a blast. So I feel pretty accomplished for last week, I have to say. Eve, your goals were make sure make sure to your research estimates are correct. Complete your 5 real estate calls and clarify requests for support. Take care of your plants. Walk 3 times a week for an hour and go on a date with yourself to the Lion King. Did it happen? Wait, you on mute.
These calls are great. In regards to like the research estimates, yeah, that's basically done. All of that's getting reviewed this week. So that happened. In regards to taking care of my plants, I shipped all my plant babies to my friend's house so she could take care of them while I'm gone. So they are all being taken care of. In regards to like the 5 real estate calls, I had them, and in the midst of doing them, I ended up finding someone who presented like two deals for me to buy, which um is like, oh yeah, this is what I asked for. Now it's like, okay, how am I gonna buy it? So now I've been presented with other opportunities and challenges. So now I'm trying to figure out how to buy two properties in Philadelphia in less than 72 hours. So you guys will hear if I actually did it next week. Um, and in regards to taking myself out on a date, I did go see The Lion King. I cried like a child, um, mouthing every single word. I had this like 6 year old who was sitting next to me, and she was turning around looking at me like, "Girl, you more hyped than I am." Like, relax. I was so excited. Um, so yeah, that was definitely the beginning of celebrating the birth month. And what was the last one? I think there was one more, but I think.
Um, did you walk?
Oh, did I walk? Nah, I probably walked only 2 times, not 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that I'll do better this week.
We ain't talk about perfection. We just talking about progress. Okay.
Yes. Right.
Okay. So Z, what were the things that you accomplished last week?
Okay, so last week was a good week. The first big thing that I accomplished.
Wait, let's pause. I can't help but to call you Z. Okay, so y'all know that her name is Zenitra. It says Zenitra. I can't help it. Sorry. Okay, continue.
My name is Zenitra. I prefer to be called Zenitra.
Yes. I can't.
Inez has been grandfathered in. That grandfathering period has closed. So I would appreciate if anyone who engages with me calls me by my name. It's Zenitra. It's lovely. So
It's
lovely. Pay her no mind, okay?
Right.
But yeah, so I was able to secure a contract with a local college to be their corporate speaker, to be one of their corporate trainers. And so that I'm very, very excited about.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the education space, not from a partnership perspective. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes of that. I mean, it's a great way for them to basically find clients for me, and then I get to do what I do, which is build trainings. I didn't have that as a revenue structure or revenue model, but affiliate partnership essentially. And so it felt good because also that's what my corporate background is in affiliate marketing, affiliate partnership. So it's like, oh, okay, I know how to do this thing. So that was a really, really big accomplishment. Also, I attended my monthly leadership program that I'm a part of, Leadership Union, which is hosted through the Chamber of Commerce. And they actually had two events. One was a leadership program that I'm a part of, and then the other one was a lunch and learn, or I'm sorry, that's my term. It was a business luncheon for women. And I went to the business luncheon, one, because one of my sorors was the one that was speaking, but also because I will be the host or the speaker in October for that business luncheon. I'm like, let me just go and see how she structures hers. It'll be different because mine will be a panel and she was speaking, but she was very, very transparent about a very sensitive taboo subject, which is domestic violence. And listening to her speak, it gave me a little more insight as we'll talk about on my goals this week in terms of writing my speech framework. But it was a level of vulnerability and transparency that I hadn't intended to go into because oftentimes I struggle with thinking about, am I a facilitator or am I a speaker? And those have two different objectives. And so I am a facilitator, I'm a trainer. And so even when I was thinking about my speech, I was approaching it from the perspective of a facilitator. And just seeing her share her story with that level of transparency and vulnerability it kind of removed the pressure that I put on myself to facilitate a speech. And it's like, you get to tell your story. Like the whole point of getting these speaking gigs is to tell your story. So I count that as a success because it helped kind of frame up or help solidify kind of the direction that I want to go in with my speech. So I count that as a success there. for that reason, then also, again, I'm new to the area, so I'm still building relationships. I was recently in New York the weekend before, where I lived previously, and I connected with a lot of people that I've known or, gotten to know over the years. And for a second, it felt like, man, like I had so many relationships in New York and I don't have that in North Carolina. And then the next week I was at the Chamber of Commerce event and I was like, oh, hey girl, oh my gosh, hey. I was like, girl, stop playing
Honey,
with
you spin up that community quick, okay?
You have relationships. Like, granted, you don't know these people for 16 years, but they think highly of you.
Yes.
You've been able to do that relatively quickly. So even just acknowledgement of the work that I've already done to begin to build relationships, I'm going to count that as a success also, especially as it relates to, I developed relationship with 2 new contacts. So similar to what you were saying about going to the events and meeting the people, like now you got to follow up with them. So these are 2 local entrepreneurs that I'm looking to, build, professional relationships with. So I count that as a success. And then lastly, I don't know how to, it wasn't like a goal. I guess it's a weekly goal of just, finding peace in this house with me and these 3 kids. And so after a week of football practice and gymnastics and making sure everybody washed their dishes and color coding dishes so that we can know who didn't wash their, like all of those things kind of culminated Saturday evening with, my kids in the kitchen with music blasting on the speakers and singing together. And I was like, oh, okay, the kids are happy. Everybody is safe. The kitchen is clean. We're doing the thing. So my sister friend called it a God wink. Like when you're in the process of doing all the things and you just get this little moment of peace where God's like, you doing it, girl, keep going.
Right.
That was my God wink moment. Like you're doing it. So that's definitely a huge accomplishment for me to see that God wink at the end of what was a long and crazy week.
I love it, honey. Doing all the things. Okay. All of them.
Same damn time.
Right.
So if there were things that you didn't achieve last week, what is like one thing that you feel like you could do differently this week to potentially overcome any unexpected challenges or prepare for the challenges or overcome procrastination or any of those things? Let me start with you.
If you notice, I didn't really say any self-care items on there. I definitely had those on there for the week. I hadn't placed exercise on there, even though I know I need to do it. My challenge with exercise is that I think I'm supposed to go 150%. Like I don't realize I could just do a little bit today and and that be it. So I want to remind myself that doing a little bit of something is better than doing nothing. So like that's going to be my kind of mantra for the week. Like at least do a little bit of something, like whatever that something is for as it relates to self-care, like do a little bit of something. Because otherwise it'll just seem like there's no space for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely on that ain't do your exercise bandwagon. Okay. And I'm actually, it's funny thing is I've gotten to my space in my life just recently because I was exercising so frequently that I actually am starting to see the like the spiritual benefits of it. Right. And so I actually do miss it. And I ain't work out. I think I worked out once last week, which is ridiculous. And I also found like a tool or a channel on YouTube, Glow with Joe, who she's great at having like 15-minute workouts. And I'm like, girl, you got 15 minutes. Okay. But what I would say is one of the things that I want to change this week is like just leaning back into my schedule. Because what I realized is for me, if I get off schedule, like everything falls apart. Like, and it's not even like being very rigorous to the schedule, but like just anytime I get shifted off of it, don't allow that shift to shift everything. Right. And then I end up going to bed late and then I don't get up and then I don't work out. And then then I didn't do my affirmation and it just piles and piles and piles, as opposed to letting the one thing that shift me be that one thing and then just getting back on the horse, right? It's wherever it is. And like, I feel like going to bed is the center of it because it starts the whole next day. So sometimes what I'll do, if something throws me off and I didn't get to do what I wanted to do, or I needed to do, or I planned to do, I will stay up late to get that done, and then it throws off the whole situation. So what I'm going to do for myself is be like, girl, just go to bed, and we will get up early tomorrow and handle the things that we didn't do today, as opposed to trying to cram them in tonight. Okay.
I love that. I love it because it reminds me of Eat, Pray, Love. So, and because we're going to Bali, like this is all really relevant. But in the beginning of the book, you know, I think her husband tells her that he wants a divorce, and she's in the bathroom in the middle of the night, in the bathroom, crying, sobbing. And then she says, she hears a voice from God that's like, Liz, go to bed. Like, you in here doing all of this carrying and crying. Girl, go to bed. And it's so funny that like God will be like, girl, go to bed. And we need to tell ourselves that same thing. So I will support you and stand with you in the girl go to bed movement. I'm saying this time at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Yeah, I'm resonating with that as well. Just because even with me, I'm conscious and aware enough to add self-care to it, but then it's also the thing of making sure that you stick to it and figuring out like why you need to stick to it. And for me, last week, it was the same thing. I now have two phones. I'm not one of those two people who have two phones. And one is a business and one is my personal one. Because I need to stop with like being on my phone too much. And I hate it. I hate being on my phone. And last week, or literally within the last 72 hours, when I said I felt like I did a really good job because I almost missed my flight heading down to Miami where I'm at now because of Spirit, enough said. Then my wallet got misplaced. Someone ended up helping me find it. I had to like walk in the rain for like an hour to go get it because I locked all my cards, so I couldn't take an Uber or a Lyft. So I had to walk in the rain for an hour to go get my my wallet back because someone found it and was like an amazing person and gave it back to me. And then like tummy issues, and then these two deals came about, and I was just on my phone. Like my friends was like, "Girl, what's going on?" And I'm like, "But I need to get this done. I need to get this through." And, you know, sometimes someone's urgency can become your emergency, even when it doesn't need to. And the same for me. Now I'm over here with a deal and I need to find private money lenders. So I'm the one who has the emergency and the urgency. So like this, trying to find this balance around like what will keep me centered, because I instantly, by like the 10th hour, was just of being on my phone, trying to like find these dollars and make everything work. I'm feeling really anxious and I don't like this. If this is what this means to be able to build a life of ease, but you have to kind of go through this moment of like, I don't know, like this is kind of like the turmoil you got to go through. I don't know if I really want it, but I'm already in it. So let me like follow through. So I'm completely with you guys. I had a hard time falling asleep. I had to like play like affirmations in the background around like my mental, like challenging my mental like mindset. And trying to give myself some grace to be like, you did good today. Because my word for this week was to not judge myself, to like have moments where I feel proud. And I do, but I do think I could have been better with trying to find a way to be like, you know what, like I need to get off my phone. Like it's Sunday, it's just gonna have to wait. It's just really gonna have to wait and like go to bed. I'm completely with y'all. Mm-hmm. That would be like my learning moment. To like your question that you said, Inez, like, and from what you both said that you're aligned to, I align with it as well. Like not judging myself, going to bed, and sticking to my self-care, because it literally is the tool to help me not get so anxious or feel so overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that you say that, because I saw this reel on Instagram. I sent it to Z because we stay sending the reels, okay? And it was Miles Monroe, who was a pastor, just an amazing speaker. And he talked about how God will show you the vision. Like he's going to show you the end, but he is not going to show you the journey. Because if he was to show you the journey, you would be like, I'll pass on that. I'm good. He was talking about David, and he was like, if he would have shown him the pit, Joseph, he would have shown him the pit and the prison to get to the throne. He'd have been like, I'm straight without the throne. Like, I'm okay without it, actually. So that is like literally a representation of where I am as well. And I know it's where you guys are too. It's just like we have this vision, but honey, the journey I did not know. I had not known. I did not know. So yes. Okay, so we're gonna talk with the top 5 goals of the week, and it must include a self-care goal. I have not completed my goals yet, y'all. So I'm gonna let Eve go first.
Okay. Top 5 goals for the week. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. I'm about to go to a networking event tonight that literally just popped up. The real estate group that I'm a part of, the leader of it literally was like, "Oh, I'm in Miami. Pull up here at 7:30. I'm gonna be doing like a YouTube live moment to talk about a topic, but like people in the community could come and sit as an audience and then network afterwards." So I'm about to enter into a space where I'm about to be doing the exact same thing that y'all are doing. Um, so for me, my goal is to be very present and stay very much so true to myself and like what I'm trying to accomplish, so I can filter out the people that I really need to talk to. I'm giving myself a goal of just like the top 5 people to like leave there and connect with. That's it. I don't need to connect with everybody. It's
Mm-hmm.
being very clear about what I'm doing so that the right people come to me to actually support me in this journey of what I'm trying to do in Philadelphia to support transitional and mid to long term housing for first generation immigrant folks. That's one. Two, I need to basically confirm if I'm going to be speaking in September and in October for the Posse Foundation. I'm a Posse scholar. Um, and I'm going to actually go volunteer for them today for something. So this week is my week to confirm 2 speaking engagements. Um, it's a lot of follow up stuff this week. The third thing that I'm gonna do is um, and as you know, but I got hired by a black owned startup to do like a leadership development workshop in Cancun. And the CEO wanted to follow up with me on how to like turn some of the things that the team um created with each other into like actual SOPs for like their culture and like their um like the work that they want to do for their culture as they're expanding their team. So I
Mm-hmm.
need to follow up with the CEO for that, see if I can get some extra dollars doing that work, doing some
Oh,
more
and what
workshops and coaching.
for that one? What is the so you are following up with him? That is the goal, is to follow up with him.
The follow up with her, the CEO,
Okay.
because she wanted to connect to talk about how can we translate what the team wrote into actual existence, um, and like the company's like policy, the policy and like how the team wants to organize themselves as they think about expanding their team. Because one big thing with startups, you got to make sure that the company's culture is not evolved around the founder.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the founder decides to leave, it will literally shatter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then walking at least 3 times this week, and um, letting in the last one, the fifth one is basically providing you guys an update. Either by next week, I'm a be in progress to own 2 properties or not. So I'll let you guys know. I'm not saying anything in regards to like my research work because kind of got that down on lock and it's like a planning period right now for research. So those are my 5 goals.
Okay, now I wrote down 4 and I missed writing down the first one. So I got the confirming the speaking engagement with Posse, followed up with the CEO for the Mexico event, walking 3 times, finalized the purchase of properties. And what was the first one?
Oh,
Connect with 5 people.
connect with 5 people at a real estate event
Oh, okay.
tonight. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Z, do you have yours?
I do.
Fabulous.
So, but I didn't know it was only 5, so I'm gonna consolidate. A couple of them are like the same, but for different things, so I'll consolidate them down.
You know what?
I had 7.
Okay, because one of the things I talked to Z about is reducing her lists. I'm like, don't come on here trying to make 10-5, ma'am. No.
I'm gonna make 7
We're gonna
5.
make 5-5. 5.
No, I'm gonna make. I'm gonna. There's a couple that I can combine. Okay,
Okay.
so first up, I want to create outlines for 3 speaking engagements. One is, or for 3 engagements. One is the speech. I want the speech outline, And the other two are the training outlines, the communications training and the leadership training. So I need the outline on paper, not just in my head.
Oh, shoot out, man. That's space. Okay.
So that's one. Number two, I need to write out my website updates so that I can pass them to my web designer. That's going to be critical. That because I saw it was 151 women in business in that luncheon room. I'm hoping that there'll be the same turnout to my panel in October. So I'm like, oh, those people, once it's released, they're going to want to go to my website and see the things that I can do. Website needs to be up and running. Okay. So that's number two. Number three, I need to create the September schedule for Lunch and Unlearned, which is going to be my lunchtime series for Life Unlearned. Need to create that schedule. I am putting exercise 3 times a week on there, 3 times this week. And then also on the creative side, on the self-care side, I need to choreograph a soca kickboxing routine.
Oh, I love it. When you said choreograph, I looked up like, wait a minute, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Exactly. Okay. Oh, I didn't include that on my win for the weekend, girl. Let me tell you. So we had our chapter retreat for Delta, and they asked me to teach a stroll. Girl, you know I'm fine with teaching. You know I love to talk, so it's fine. There's one that I had already taught, but and by taught, it's one that we had already performed. I had previously recorded a video and sent it out, and then people watched it for Sisterhood Month, and then we did it together. But this time, we don't know who knows it, who doesn't know it. People know it a little bit.
Right.
But this time, the structure was me at the front of the room with, at that point, it's probably like 60 to 75 sorors who were still there. And my Lawn Sister Toya held a microphone while I instructed. And when I tell you, it was so fulfilling because I love calling out. It's like swoop to the right and swoop to the left and pump it. Here we go, and front. Yes. Like when I tell you, I got my whole life. And it was good because it reminded me that I actually really am a good instructor because I only taught it. I taught it without the music, the full thing. But of course, we did like first 8 count, second 8 count, do the first 2 together, add the third, whatever. And then we literally just performed it to the song for like the last 5 minutes. And of course, it's in repetition, but people were like getting it. They like got the steps. And it's not really simple. So I could see where there could be some challenges, but I was just living my best life. I said, you know what, I need to be teaching dance in some capacity. And so there's an opportunity at my Soca Fit class that I love to take. She wants to bring on new instructors, and you'll go through an instructor training program, but you have to submit an audition tape, essentially, a 4 to 5 minute routine choreographed to some soca music. And that is actually going to be part of my self-care because I love soca. It's a way to work out, and it's a way to make sure that I have something on the calendar every month for myself because my kids got me strapped Monday through Saturday. And I would just do those things if I don't have something that's like, well, you need to go teach this class, girl. You on the schedule for it on Wednesday. You need to ask for help that day. So I need to choreograph my audition routine for Soca Fit because that's part of my self-care.
I love that. Hold up.
Wow, that's amazing.
Audition.
I hope you put your thing on like live too. You got to put it on live so we can follow along.
We have to do so. We have to make it work. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, that's the other thing. Okay. Wait.
Did I give you 5? I gave you 5, right?
Yes. So we have outline of speeches, website updates, create September lunch and unlearn schedule, exercise 3 times, and then choreograph Soca Fit audition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like Eve, I did not put back to school shopping on there because it's just gonna happen, right? Like,
right.
I had it on my list, but like, there's no way I can not do it. So
Right.
I want to.
Okay, so I got 4 here, and I'm gonna have to think up number 5. So the first one is I need to follow up with all the potential collaborators from the conference that I went to last week and the Black and Pregnant event that I spoke at yesterday. I actually connected with one of my really good friends who I haven't seen in like 5 years. He is actually the person who gave me the name International Inez. And he has been doing amazing things with his company. It used to be called Forbes The Culture, and now it's called something else I can't remember. But there's a lot of opportunity for me to work with him on some stuff that he's doing in Ghana. He's amazing at marketing and just networking, and that's something that I'm trying to do a lot for my business right now. So I'm about to be right up under him this week. Also, I need to. One of the biggest things that I did not get done last week because schedule and all the things is calling and offering to help Black moms and Black women take the trips that they want to take. So I want to call 15 people this week because I was supposed to do 5 last week and I didn't get them done. So I'm adding those 5 to this week. So just calling 15 women and seeing what their blockers are, how I can help them and kind of telling them, what I offer and how I can support them on their journey. The other thing I want to do is maintain my spiritual routine because I've seen that, honey, again, when that spiritual routine get off, everything is off. And even the way that I handle the challenges that come is off. So, one, I want to make sure that in my morning, I'm focusing on my identity shifting. In my afternoon, that I incorporate some meditation, that I am journaling, and also, one of the things I do is I write down evidence of who I am becoming and how it's showing up in my life today, right? Like pointing it out and being like, yep, that's an example of you, girl, you on your way. It's coming, right? And I need to continue to do that just to keep my mind in the right place. The other thing is I need to batch my videos because I found that has been really helpful because it gives me space to be able to do other stuff during the week as opposed to film all week. And then I also, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to do, right? There's a couple of things that I have coming up and I'm not sure which one is going to be the 5th one. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to plan a conference for moms planning to take kid-free vacations and bring in moms who are doing it, people who have experience, like just talk about how they're doing it, give them resources, figure out the childcare piece, all of that. Like I want to do a virtual conference in a couple of months. And I also want to, even I talked about this, like giving the gift away, right? So I want to be able to raise money to send a couple of moms on a getaway and on a vacation next year. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to get in front of a lot more audiences. Like I need to be speaking for the rest of this year and all of Q1 next year. So I feel like it's going to be the pitching, like it's going to be booking virtual and in-person speaking opportunities because I feel like that's one domino that can knock all the other ones down, right? Like, and the reason why I just did that's another thing, a part of my my maintaining my spiritual routine is like really listening to my intuition because honey, my head will be running.
Yes,
it would be running. So I literally like that's part like as a part of my spiritual routine is like being like, okay, head, I hear you, and just like let me just listen to what my intuition is saying, like, right. And so yes, I think that's going to be number 5 is like reaching out to, I want to reach out to the Delta chapters here. I want to reach out to the Jack and Jill chapters here. I want to reach out to any other podcasts that serve Black moms and pitch an opportunity for me to come and speak and do a workshop on how to keep a getaway on your calendar, how to make a getaway happen in 2023, and just anything around like taking a momcation and using it as self-care and showing up as your best self so you can show up as your best mom. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to give myself 5. So I'm going to pitch 5 speaking opportunities. as well. Okay.
Love, love, love.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yep.
So yes. All right. We have our goals for the week.
Yep.
Now the only thing left is our word for the week. So last week, Eve made this up, and I absolutely loved it because I was really using this word. Okay, like my word last week was willingness. Oh no, it was willing. It was willing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to be willing to continue to move forward, even in the midst of all of the things, right?
Mm.
So, if with the goals that you created this week, right? What is, and Eve's word was proud? Was it proud? What was your word?
Yeah, we basically we were thinking. I was thinking of what I don't. You were having a hard time figuring out what your word was, and I was like, "Well, think about what you don't want to be," and then it helped us figure out what we did want to be. And my word was, I was judging myself too much, so then my word was to be proud.
Yes, to be proud of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give y'all a moment to think about your word because I also need a moment.
Yeah.
Reflect on these goals.
Okay, I think I have mine.
I do too.
Okay, I think I have mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who wants to begin?
I was gonna say Eve, but she already put herself on mute, so fine. So my word is abundance. And it's specifically related to time. Because so often I feel like I don't have enough time to get the things done that I need to do. And it's not true. I have to realize that I have an abundance of time and that I have to be intentional with how I spend that time. So abundance is going to be my word. There's an abundance of time.
I love that. My word is going to be energy because I am a very high energy person. And so and the things that I need to do this week, I need to bring my energy to. I need to bring my normal Inez energy to. And so it's going to be very important for me to pay attention to my energy. Like really cover it, right? Use my spiritual things to make sure I can maintain it. Allow it to be released. Don't hesitate and let my brain make me procrastinate or think too much. Like just pour out my energy that is just naturally a part of who I am. So that's my word for the week.
All right.
I'm always picking what I'm resisting. So
we're gonna work you back around to the actual word. Okay, what do you
resist? Yeah. So I realize I've been having a lot of red flag listening when people are telling me to like take it slow. I'm like bothered by it. I'm like, why? Because my life can literally change in an instant. So why can't I like without me being in control? So if I'm gonna take just a little bit of control in my life, like why do I have to take it slow to like change my reality? So I think for me, the word that I'm going to, and because of that, it's been causing me not to show up in my full self. Because I keep getting that comment of like, oh, take it slow, take it easy, like love what you're doing, but take it slow. No. So for me, even with going to this networking event and everything like that, like I'm gonna allow myself to stay open and be open, keep speaking my truth. So my word is open, but I have to also realize that when you're open, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, a lot of things are gonna come to you. So like, are you prepared to like kind of like navigate all that commentary, navigate all that energy, and still stay true to who you are? Um, yes, that's where I'm at. So my word is open. Stay open.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's good.
All right, ladies. Well, we have accounted and held each other accountable. Okay.
And we have the ability to do all the things that we have.
Exactly. Yes, we do have the ability. Okay.
Hallelujah.
Yes. If you are watching this, drop us your top 5 goals for the week in the comments. Okay. And then
and your word
next week, and your word. Yes, most importantly, and your word that you're going to use in order to help you achieve those goals. So that you can also be a part of this journey, right? Hold yourself accountable. You can come back next week, look and see, did you do things? Okay, did you lean into the word, right? And we will be back next week at 10 o'clock again. Y'all ladies have a great week. I'll talk to you later.
You too, boo. Bye.
Bye.